talk to you about today my first 90 days with eXp Realty and why I think it's a great real estate company to go with. So come back, tune in, and learn more. Welcome back. April Martin with eXp Realty and Tennessee Homes by April. And so, like I said, I wanted to tell you today about what my experience has been in my first 90 days with eXp Realty and why I think it's a great real estate company to go with. Whether you're in classes now, in real estate classes now, or you're already an agent and you're thinking about moving to a different company. But before we get started, do me a favor, down there, that little subscribe bell, click that bell, give me a like, give me some thumbs up, and we'll get started. So first of all, if you're an agent right now and you're with eXp Realty, type down in the comments, let me know where you're from, how long you've been with the company, and what you like best. Now, if you're a student, if you're right now taking classes, comment down below about that. And if you've got questions just about eXp Realty in general, comment below, and I'll come back later and answer those. So, as I mentioned earlier, a friend through social media had just mentioned to me, they knew that I was studying to take the exam, my real estate license in Tennessee, and they just sent me a message and asked me if I'd ever heard about eXp Realty. I had not, I'll be honest with you, even though the company's been around for 10 years, I'd never heard of the company. I live in a small town in Middle Tennessee and never seen that company here, nowhere. So I began, researching it and found out it's a cloud-based company. It is not brick and mortar. And so in the beginning, I had a little hard time wrapping my mind around that you wouldn't walk into a real estate office because that's what I've always seen. But I guess a couple of weeks maybe before I went to take my exam, I started noticing, even in my little small town, I noticed a sign one day that said eXp Realty, little sign for sale with eXp Realty, and I thought, that's the first time I've seen an eXp Realty sign here. And I didn't think a whole lot about it, but maybe 2 weeks later, I was in another small town not too far away and drove by, and there was a big billboard with a nice, friendly looking lady on it and eXp Realty. So my mind began to think, okay, what's happening here? I've never seen eXp before, and all of a sudden I'm starting to see signs. Maybe somebody's trying to tell me something here. So I reached out to the lady that was on the billboard, and she's a really great, fantastic agent in Cookeville, Tennessee. So I guess maybe like a week or two after I called her, we met up. She explained to me a little bit more about the company, and I understood it better, and here I am 90 days later. So I want to tell you a little bit about my journey and why I think it was a great choice for me. The first reason that I think it was a great choice for me, and one thing I've learned is, in the old days of real estate, 20 years ago or more, social media wasn't out there. We weren't online as much, and now technology is so much that most buyers are looking for homes online. They don't walk into a real estate brokerage. They don't walk into a brick and mortar. They look for things online. And so, with eXp being in the cloud, and we don't have a brick and mortar company, we're independent, we don't work in an office. Some of us do, some of us go, have an office space, but most agents don't. But I began to think, most realtors, no matter what company they're with today, so many of them work at home or they work in their car, and they're not in the office that much, honestly. So that made sense to me, that the companies in the cloud, and buyers, even some sellers, are not typically going to walk into the real estate office. They're going to contact you online or phone. The number two thing that I've learned and why I joined eXp was, I've heard a lot of realtors say that they didn't get a whole lot of training, or they don't get a lot of training. And it depends on what company you're with. I know there's some great ones out there that have some really great training, but I think by and large, most real estate brokerages don't provide a lot of training for their agents. But with eXp Realty, we have online trainings, 8 to 5 basically every day, that you can choose to attend or not. And they're awesome. I wish I just had more time to sit by my laptop all day long and watch a lot of these videos, because I would just gain so much and learn so many skills. There's trainings from anywhere from things like taking better photographs, better videos, learning how to do transactions, using some of our, like the KV core system that we have. I'll mention that a little bit later, but so that was another big thing too, of the training that's available that I was afraid I might not get at some other brokerages. The third thing I learned in my first 90 days about eXp Realty is, and one of the big reasons that I joined the company, is the commission split that you get is incredible. Now I know a lot of brokerages already do an 80% commission split, some do less than that. But what's really great about eXp is after you cap your first 16,000 that the company, that eXp gets of your commission, then you are making 100% commission. So, money talks. That was huge to me, the commission split that eXp will give you after you cap at 16,000, then you're going to get 100% of your commission. Now, I don't know any brokerage that does that, so that's a really big advantage. The fourth reason that I joined eXp and what I learned in my first 90 days was the low fees. This was another big reason I joined the company. Our fees are only $85 a month, which includes your website that's paid for by the company, and also our KV core system, which is our client management database system. And being a new agent, I had no idea what KV core was, and I didn't realize the power of KV core, but it is golden. So for $85, you're getting your website and KV core. And KV core at most brokerages that you're with is not covered in your fees. You have to purchase it separately, and we're talking $500 a month for KV core. A lot of realtors have left their brokerages and come over to eXp Realty for that alone, just to have that savings. So that's been enormous. The low fees, there's no overhead, there's no brick and mortar, so you don't have all the fees that a brick and mortar would have with eXp Realty. The fifth thing that I learned in my first 90 days about eXp Realty that I really like is, as I mentioned, the KV core system, which is our client management system. And before I got in the company, I had no idea what KV core was, and I did not realize how golden it is. It is so priceless. But if you're not familiar with that sort of thing, it has landing pages built in, squeeze pages. Just a few clicks of a button, and then you have a landing page. You can set clients up or leads up to leads or clients up on different property searches, and then you get an alert, you get a notification when they're viewing certain properties. And the clients like that as well, that they're having listings sent to them. There's an email drip campaign through the KV core, and just so many other things. I've not even scratched the surface of what KV core has, but that alone is just worth being in eXp Realty, that it's covered $85 in, $85 for your website, which a lot of real estate companies don't provide you. You have to pay for that. So your website and KV core for $85 a month, there's no question. The sixth thing about being in the company the first 90 days that I learned is, we're an agent-owned company, and we have a revenue sharing program. So each commission that you get, you can choose. It's not a requirement, but it's optional if you want to take out a certain percentage of your commission to go toward eXp stocks. You can do that, so you can build some income that way as well. So there you have it. Those are my first 90 day and my reasons for joining and what I've learned. I will say real quick, if you're a newly licensed agent or you're about to go sit for the exam and be a newly licensed agent, think about your personality and how you like to work with others, because I will say as a new agent, it is a little tougher because you're not in person inside of a brokerage with someone to help you there right in person. And don't get me wrong, there's lots of support within eXp and lots of people to reach out and help you. But if you're not the independent type of real estate agent who can't work on their own, you might be more comfortable in a brick and mortar. So that's just one thing to think about. It might be a little tougher for a new person coming in, but I did it, and after 2 or 3 months, I feel like I'm on my way with it. So how about you? Are you currently an eXp realtor? If so, put down in the comments where you're from and how long you've been with the company and what you like about eXp Realty. And if you are getting licensed to be a real estate agent and got questions about eXp Realty, put those down in the comments too, and I'll come back and be I'll be glad to come back and answer those for you. All right, guys, don't forget, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button so that you make sure that you see all my videos.